I've been wondering lately, what if this whole video blogging, video making thing fails? Like, maybe I'll end up losing inspiration and then just stop doing it. Or maybe I'll stop doing it because I'll get really bad anxiety from putting myself out there. Oh my god, what do you mean it sucks? Nobody likes me? I mean, my therapist told me that I have problems being vulnerable, but I told her that I don't really want to talk about that, so... And I mean, even if I did fail, I would just, you know, pick myself up, dust myself off, and move on to my next venture, which would probably be adopting a lot of cats and taking up knitting, maybe some crocheting, while I watch things like Dateline, 2020, 60 Minutes. So to avoid all that, I'm doing a second part to my first episode. I feel like an introduction requires more than 5 minutes of video. I didn't want to make a video that's 15 minutes long. I mean, let's face it, I would have lost you guys like 7 minutes into that, and that's being generous to myself, really. And I don't know about you guys, but I have ADD, and it's undiagnosed. And yes, Adam Levine, I've seen your commercials, and I know that you were imploring me to come meet you at the ADD testing facility. Doesn't that test take like 2 or 3 days or something? You know what, Adam Levine? Ain't nobody got that kind of time to take off work, okay? Okay, so in the first part of the episode, I went over the Q crew. And in this episode, I'm going to semi-briefly go over some of the content that you'll see on my YouTube channel. The first kind of video is just like this one, where every once in a while, I'll just be addressing the camera with no one else in the room, and it'll be very awkward for everybody involved. Mostly myself. I will take this moment to address the really awkward lighting situation. I worked a 12-hour day and it's nighttime now. The only thing I had to use for light was 2 IKEA lamps, and they're like right here. Yes, I was trained to do better lighting than this, but I don't have professional lighting equipment. And you know what? I just worked a really long day, and all I wanted to do was like come home and talk to you, and you're distracted by bad lighting. And that's really rude, you know? That's really rude. And you know what? I'm not wearing pants right now, so that shows you the level of fuck that I give about the lighting situation. Okay, yeah, I admitted that I'm not wearing pants, but you know what? Here's the thing. You can't see me from the chest down, so maybe I'm wearing pants and maybe I'm not. The second kind of video that you'll see is when a member of the Q crew drops by to do a video without me in it. So hey, that's a break for you, right? No Q. Awesome. And then sometimes Ben will come by and he and I will take the video camera out for one of our nights on the town. And we often find ourselves getting into some kind of ridiculous situation or engaging in some kind of crazy shenanigans. Like for example, this one time we decided to go out for just one drink, just one. Does that ever really work for anybody? Has anybody ever successfully gone out and just had one drink? Because I know I say that I'm gonna go out and just have one, and then 7 drinks later I'm like, where is my life headed? Anyway, on our way home we were passing this bar Lucky's, and we decided to stop in for a drink because we hadn't been there in a while. And if you're not from Pittsburgh or you don't know what Lucky's is this... Divey's not a bad thing, it's a divey gay bar, and it's pretty notorious in Pittsburgh for having all nude male dancers on the upstairs bar. You know, real classy shit. But we sometimes go there because it's a good place to people watch. And I don't mean people watch the all-nude male dancers. So we went in and we were like, okay, just one drink here. We were successful at just having the one drink at the first bar. Like, we almost made it home on just one drink. But it didn't happen because we stopped at Lucky's and the drinks were cheap. And then 7 drinks later, we're inviting Oddly Specific Lisa there, and people had showed up and there were drag queens, and it just got really ridiculous. And then we ended up upstairs in this stairwell doing a photo shoot. In case you didn't notice, that is weave around my wrist, and that did not come from a drag queen's head. Well, I mean, it could have. It came from the stairwell that we were doing the photo shoot in. Yes, I found like loose weave in the stairwell and opted to put it around my wrists like a werewolf. Always keeping it classy. So then it's time to go home, so we decide to hit the bathroom, and I'll spare you the description of the bathroom situation at Lucky's. Just know that we're in the women's room, and we're doing a photo shoot still. I don't understand what this was about, because we, like, rarely take pictures when we go out, but apparently by the end of the night, there were 198 pictures taken. So this was just kind of a weird night in general. Well, the next thing we know, this older woman and this shirtless younger guy come walking into the bathroom, and I don't know if they were like mother and son or friends or what that situation was, but they saw us taking pictures and they wanted in on it. Aw, look, it's like a family portrait. Then, this bartender comes in from the downstairs bar, and she's freaking out and screaming at everybody because apparently she was given a tip that people were doing coke in the bathroom. And I'm like, I have no business with that. Actually, there was a picture taken right at that point in time. Shortly after that picture was taken, I sidestepped it and ran for the downstairs bar, and we left shortly thereafter. Anyway, that's just an example of a time that Ben and I went out, and a video camera probably could have come in handy. And then the last kind of video that will be on my YouTube channel is the one that I'm actually the most excited about. It's called Can We Talk About It? And this is where I'll have conversations with local Pittsburgh artists and performers to get to know a little more about them, their work, what they do, and life in general. We'll just shoot the shit, I mean, whatever. But then after that, they'll either give a performance or show me their art. And I'm pretty excited about this because I feel like Pittsburgh has a pretty spectacular art scene and it's pretty cultural, but I feel like that doesn't get focused on a lot when people think of Pittsburgh. People either still associate Pittsburgh with like this dirty steel town, or they just associate it with sports. And there's a lot of really great talented people out there displaying their art and performing for dollar bills. So if you're interested in being in one of these segments, feel free to contact me at the email that I'm about to flash on the screen. And that's a wrap for the second part of the first episode of TheQonCue. Tune in next week, it'll be way more entertaining. I'll be taking you to a drag competition. Yeah, I'm judging drag queens in a drag contest. I hope you have a great weekend, find something to do in Pittsburgh, or I don't know, whatever city you live in. Anyway, bye.